Government agencies, media managers and various anti-corruption agencies converged in Kampala to deliberate on the best way to fight corruption. But the head of the Inspectorate of Government, Irene Mulyagonja, used the opportunity to warn the Office of the Attorney General and those she says are interfering with her work as the lead agency in the fight against graft.
Whoever wants to fight me on the powers of the Inspectorate, please be warned, I shall fight, and I can fight dirty.
I think the best is to behave in a mature way. If she has any issue with this office, she can pick a telephone, call me. But I want to assure you there has been no interference.
Mulyagonja's outburst came just weeks after she rejected representation by the Attorney General and instead asked court to allow the Inspectorate to defend itself in a case where a Chinese company sued the government over the 165 billion shillings Mukono-Katosi Road deal. The Inspectorate and the Office of the Attorney General have different legal opinions on the Mukono-Katosi Road project, in which the government lost about 24 billion shillings in fraudulent payment to a contractor.
Should I have said, because there is the IGG is investigating, I shouldn't give the legal opinion? Here was the president requesting me for a legal opinion, and I gave him my opinion.
We are not bound by any opinion issued by any office or department of government. We are only answerable to Parliament.
The Inspectorate lists its success in the fight against corruption as the recovery of over 600 million shillings, the investigation of over 2,000 cases, and the successful prosecution of 26.
In terms of fighting corruption, we've recovered only 600 million shillings. To me, you're not doing enough. You're disappointing the public.
We had prevented losses of up to 24 billion shillings.
A section of the public are suggesting that there should be a law put in place that will allow the public access information about the assets and wealth owned by public servants that is always declared to the Inspectorate of Government. They argue that it is always the public that suffers a sharper jab as a result of corruption.
We have come up to close those air spaces, and tomorrow no leader will survive.
Corruption in the country has been costly. In 2005, donors suspended 550 billion shillings in aid at the revelation that the health ministry officials had embezzled over 12 billion shillings from the Global Fund to fight AIDS. In 2010, donor cut aid amounted to over 10% of their 990 billion shillings in direct budget support after the 2007 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting scandal involving 6 billion shillings and allegations against the former Vice President and 3 government ministers. Donors recently reinstated aid after again stopping direct budget support at the end of 2012 after billions meant to reconstruct northern Uganda recovering from decades of war was swindled from the office of the Prime Minister. Media practitioners argue that it is very difficult for any government to stamp out corruption without the media that grapples with challenges such as lack of access to information, poor remuneration, and uneven distribution of government's advertising budget.
What has the Inspectorate said when we're in trouble? Because there's that song of, when my brother is in trouble, I'll always help.
Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.